Alrighty, greetings there, all my Chun-Li warriors. Welcome back to another Sage's Dojo session. This one's going to be a little bit more brief. The reason why I'm making this one here is just to go ahead and put out there that if any of you are struggling, having difficulty knowing how or where you can progress in order to advance your game further with Chun, feel free to let me know, whether that's in the Chun-Li subreddit. You'll probably see me there as Junior Activity. I believe it's 411, I think it is. Or you can just leave a comment in the comment section below on my channel or in the community section. Whatever is easier for you, just let me know, notify me if you're having any particular difficulties, because we know how it is using Chun-Li. A lot of people try to downplay this character. And I know from their perspective, they say that we're unnecessarily downplaying the character. Chun-Li's not that strong, but they don't get it. They don't get how it is when you're fighting people and you go for an anti-air and it doesn't come out because there's no shortcut. Even if you completely stop doing everything else, you just double tap down, it just doesn't seem to come out for whatever reason, right? We know how it is when your opponent is crossing you up and you actually wait appropriately. You don't just hit you just don't shoot the gun immediately. You wait until the proper timing, and then Chun-Li still anti-airs in the opposite direction of the opponent for whatever reason, even though it makes absolutely no sense. We've seen people drop out of the Tensho kicks and then put us in a blender because of it. Like we know how it is when a sensu requires for you to not only guess the exact time and rhythm that they're going to throw their projectile, but also to angle it perfectly, because even if you get the timing right, you still might just get hit out of it. We know how it is when you try to sensu people and any button that they press just completely beats it, because unlike Terry's crack shoot, for some reason, this giant cartwheel of an attack does not have any momentum hitbox that can interact with your opponent if they're in the air or something of that nature. We know how it is that even though technically OD Hisenshu can go through projectiles, you have to use it at a range where you're pretty much at jump scare range. So because of the range, you can't really use it. We know how it is when you're trying to do combos, and if there's a slight change in the connection, you drop the combo and then you end up losing the whole game for it. We know how it is when you actually beat your opponent in neutral and then they get off scot-free because you reset the neutral when you throw them. And so we know how it is to not be able to make people, because this is what a lot of players do with characters like Ken and Ryu and stuff like that. And Jamie. Jamie's not a broken character per se, but he can put pressure on you if you don't really know the matchup that well. Any character, Marissa, characters that can just target combo, and they can break apart the target combo. They can do one hit of it, two hits of it, three hits of it to throw you off. They'll do it. They'll do the whole target combo. I mean, they'll do one part of the target combo the first three times, then the fourth time they'll do the second part when you think it's your turn and then you get hit. We know how it is when they can cancel that target combo into special cancelable moves that leave them either safe and at a distance and plus on block, and they can run that bullcrap to just create a mini game for you. That way, if you do not know the matchup for how to option select your way out of it, then you just lose automatically. Unfortunately, Chun-Li doesn't have anything like that. Chun-Li doesn't have any target combos. Closest thing she has is stance mix-ups, but she can't really do anything with it, right? You can't do this and make your opponent guess and stuff like that. You can't just throw it out. One, because this is slow as hell. Two, because they can just duck, which a lot of people do, right? So they don't get their ankles clipped. Three, you can be interrupted out of the stance very easily. Four, it doesn't lead to anything substantial. It's, I think we get it. We get the point, right? That Chun-Li's not completely useless. She does have some good stuff to it. Obviously, she does have the she does have everything that she does. If any Yu-Gi-Oh players out there, she does have the engine to get her strategy started. Right, she has the dumb stuff that you're looking for, like Fireball, Drive Rush. She's got the low forward drive, rush cancel, right? Um, she's got she's got mix up potential. She has she has strong Oki in terms of buttons. It's only made ineffective because when you fight people that know how to block, you have to throw them to answer it. People that know how to block and parry. And because she doesn't have throw Oki, that completely diminishes that diminishes the return on everything that you do with the character, unfortunately. She has everything that she needs to be a strong character, except for the finish. She's like Gohan, kind of. She has so much potential, but she doesn't know how to finish the fight. For anybody that knows Dragon Ball, it's the same type of thing. Or Yu-Gi-Oh, like I stated before, you have a deck that has all these cards that lets you combo for 20 minutes, but then your inboard is like one interruption, and then your opponent easily destroys it, right? She doesn't have the win condition. Yeah, there are characters in this game that they don't have the strong, I'm about to get in and I'm going to destroy you type of thing, like Manon, Zangief. They don't really have an engine to get things started, but they do have the win condition. And in low elo, in mid elo, the win condition, if you ask me, is more important, because if they get one knockdown, they can snowball the whole effing game. It's very easy to just get one lucky knockdown. Like, I fought plenty of Manon and Zangief players where they can't get in against me, and then they might YOLO one random move, and I get hit somehow for whatever reason because you're playing online in a laggy environment, right? And then next thing you know, I'm dead because I guessed wrong every time, right? The win condition is more important, if you ask me. And that's the thing that Chun-Li lacks, unfortunately, but I don't want to digress too much, you know. I get how hard it is picking this character. If you are having difficulty, like I said, feel free to let me know. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can help with coaching. Maybe I can help with replay analysis. I can also make dojo sessions specifically tailored to whatever it is that you are having a problem with, in order to help point things out. Like I said, I can take a look at your replays if you want and see if we can figure out what it is that we want to work on and how to actually work on it in order to improve that specific area, right? So I'm here to help you guys. And like I said, I know this character's hard. More than enough frustration picking her myself. There are plenty of times where I just want to hang up my hat picking her, but I also was born with a spirit that just does not understand how to quit or give up, for even if it would be a good idea. So I continue to keep picking Chun-Li. I'm still in the process of learning how to use her in Fatal Fury. That's going to be an interesting game because it's different. Like I said, I do thank all of you that do lend whatever support you can to the channel and things of that nature. And I just pretty much wanted to return the favor the best that I can. And, you know, and see how I can help my fellow Kung Fu warriors out there. It's difficult, it's hard. I understand, you know. Something else you can't do, you can't jump. Anytime you jump, it's pretty much a death sentence 90% of the time. Like, there are so many things that this character struggles with, unfortunately. And don't let the down players tell you that no, because they're not going to pick up Chun-Li. Every time I'm telling them, like, you can go ahead and prove me wrong by all means. I'll give you 6 months. A lot of people that I've seen on Reddit that have picked up Chun-Li even after reaching masters with other characters have been like, holy crap, it was so much harder getting to master rank with her, even though I know more of the matchups and how to deal with certain characters, but there's just they were able to understand a little bit better that, you know, why she's difficult. It's not really the execution, though. That can be difficult for some people, depending, but the execution it's not that hard. Right, it's not that hard. What is the problem is, as we stated, the lack of a win condition. Not being able to get anything meaningful off of a grab that is not easily countered In neutral, I mean, in the midstream, you can't get crap off of this. Everything's fake. But in the corner, you can at least get this. But it's easily dealt with, right? So you have to play mind games to be able to get back in on your opponent. Whereas Ryu, he doesn't have to play mind games. He can just come in and keep throwing you until you decide to try to push something. That there's no mind game, right? And if you do mash out, you're out of resources. So you have to waste resources, and he can donkey kick the rest of your meter away once you mash out, right? So these characters have it very easy. So I understand it can be very salt-inducing picking this character. I know that personally. So if you are experiencing troubles and you're thinking, man, maybe there is something wrong with me, or I'm just not good enough, or something like that. Yes, there are some things that we can do to overcome the odds, but this character definitely doesn't make it easy for us. You know, don't put the whole blame on yourself. Yeah, maybe you could anti-air a little bit more. Maybe you can check drive rushes a little bit more. Maybe you could stop drive impact a little bit more, which is something that I struggle with, of course. Maybe you can, play better neutral. Maybe you can stop jumping as much. There are definitely things that we can do. Make your combos a little bit more damaging, your optimal, right? Learn matchups. There are almost always things that we can do to improve, but don't put it all on yourself. This character does make this much harder than it should be. 100% the case, right? But like I said, need any help, just let me know. I'll see what I can do to help you all out, right? And that's pretty much going to be it. It's going to be a shorter little session here, nothing too serious. But I do want to thank you all very much for attending. Thank you again for checking out the content and providing whatever little support that you can. Feel free to like the video if you like it, subscribe if you're willing, and this is going to be Sage Armageddon signing out. Have an awesome day.